it's Olive. Welcome back to my channel. Very exciting. I think that I have found my next horse. I'm not going to share too much yet because I still need to get him vet checked and sort everything out, but I went and tried a few horses last week and yeah, I think I found the one that I want to buy. Anyway, to continue on with the cleaning videos that we have done over the last couple of weeks, I thought it was about time to look at my grooming kit. So I've got my bucket of shampoos and different things happening in here, and they're all covered in dirt and hair and just general yuck. The bucket itself is disgusting, so just everything in there perpetually just gets even worse. And then I have my mounting block slash groom box here that has some very dirty, dusty brushes sitting in there. So I think it's about time that we clean them. So the way that I normally like to do this is I like to wash them in soapy water first, so that's what I have here. And then I like to rinse them out under the tap, but obviously where I'm sitting, I don't really have access to the tap, so I will be doing that off camera, but anyway. And I also have purchased some new mesh baskets that I will show you later, that I'm going to arrange all of this stuff in so that everything doesn't collect dust, because the amount of dirt that falls out of my brushes and then sits in the bottom of this and then stays there and the brushes just pick it back up again, it's gross. So we'll see how they go. They weren't very expensive, so I'm hoping that they work, but if they don't, it's not the end of the world. Obviously I will still keep these. I'll probably wash that bucket out really well and turn it into like a feed bucket, or you know, keep it as like a sponge bath bucket. But because of where Chevy is going in his retirement, he doesn't need a full grooming kit, so I am gonna wash everything really well and then keep it for my new horse. I will obviously, you know, he'll still have a brush, he'll still have a hoof pick, he'll still have stuff, but most of what's in this kit I will use on my new horse. And obviously it's not very hygienic to like have them all share brushes, so that's why we're gonna give them a really deep clean and we'll start from there. Because if this horse gets vet checked in the coming week, so the week before this video comes out, then yeah, I'll be bringing it home. So that's a little bit exciting. Yeah, I don't want to share too much. I will make a video introducing this horse if it's the one that I bring home, but yeah, I'm very excited. Anyway, let's start, I think, let's start with the brushes, not the brushes, the bath stuff, because I'm just basically wiping everything down. I'm gonna go through everything that's in the kit as well. So in this bucket of bath stuff, I have just a cheap sweat scraper. I mean, it does the job. It's a little bit rusty. It's a sweat scraper, you know, it's nothing flash. I've got my Equinade conditioner. I love this stuff. Most of it I don't actually use all that much of. Like, I bought pretty much everything in this kit when I got Chevy almost 2 years ago. So, you know, pretty good stuff. My colored chestnut shampoo, also from Equinade. I've got a really gross bottle of Meliseb because at one point there I was having to use that every day and he was dirty, and it just, yeah. I mean, after the cyclone event that we had at the start of the year, yeah, he had a really bad case of rain scald just like appear out of nowhere, like full body. It took me, I think, 2 months, maybe even almost 3 months to clear it. So that wasn't fun, but Chevy got very tolerant of baths after that, thank God. I have my leather oil in here. God, it's all separated. Anyway, I should probably actually oil my boots with that and my Tack, because if you saw my video a couple of weeks ago when I was chatting about, you know, my history with riding schools and where I sort of started, as I was cleaning my Tack, I didn't have any leather oil and I didn't have any dubbin, so I need to actually go back and apply that to all of my stuff. I've got another shampoo. This one's the Dr. Show with conditioning shampoo with coconut oil. I like to use this one on his mane and tail because the other shampoo that I've got, the chestnut one, Chevy has a blonde mane, he's flaxen. So I didn't want to like accidentally dye it like bright orange and then have it not wash out, because that stuff stains my hands really bad. And I mean, it looks good, it makes him look good, but yeah, so I use this stuff for mane and tail. I've got my brush that I use for bathing. This one was just really cheap. It's full plastic. Like, it's honestly not that dirty. It's just got a bit of hair stuck in it. So, oh, I've got my bar soap. I use this one on his face. So I just use like a wet rag and then rub it on there and then use it just on his face where he gets a bit of itch. I have found that it has actually made a massive difference, and I know he's had his winter coat recently, but in summer when I did start using it, yeah, it worked better. He doesn't like soap on his face. He doesn't really tolerate too much on his face, so using a wet cloth with a bit of soap on it and then just sort of let him sit with it for a little bit and then to wash it back up again with, you know, basically a non-soapy cloth, I find works well. I've got a jar of coconut oil that at the moment is rock hard, so I actually can't really use it because I just, yeah, it's gross, it's hard to use, but I put that in his tail and a little bit in his mane sometimes. Most of the time it's just the tail. And then this one as well, what is it? The Daily Oil Elixir. It's just another hair oil that I put in his tail. And then hoof oil, that the sticker is so covered in oil and everything else, it's, yeah, gross. A scoop, interesting. Probably don't need that. A receipt, also interesting. And a really gross set of tweezers because he has been really prone to ticks recently for some reason. Yeah, this bucket is disgusting. So yeah, this thing's never been used for feed. It's always just been for bathing. And yeah, I think we're just gonna leave it there and move on. I do have my cloth. I am just basically gonna just wipe everything down. I think we'll start with the cleanest and then move to the dirtiest. And then start on brushes. These tweezers aren't even that old and they've already gone like brassy and like a little bit rusty, but again, they are literally only for ticks, and if I needed to pull anything else out that was more hygienic, I would use something else, and I disinfect them before I use them anyway, so. These bottles are looking so much better already. Saving like the best till last, the biggest transformation. I don't even know if you can tell how like dirty that bottle is right now. Does anyone else actually like wash their bottles? I feel like just trying to wash my horse is like enough overstimulation, and I'm having to think about so much, and I'm wet and I'm dirty, and I don't know, I never really think to rinse off the bottles when I'm done. I don't know whether that's anything that anyone actually does, or whether this is just me being like really weird and like a bit of a clean freak, even though I'm not really a clean freak. I don't know, I think it's a little bit silly to go and put a whole bunch of really dirty things into some brand new like crates, even though I know that they're only gonna get dirty again, because that's horses, but I don't know, I can't do it. It just seems wrong. I'm really sad. In my old car, I had this Melissa bottle sort of rolling around in the back for ages, and one day I went to use it and found that it was on its side with the cap open, and I had spilt a good chunk, like probably at least 2 baths worth of Malaseb in there. And if you don't know Malaseb at all, it's like a medicated shampoo. It's mainly used for like dogs. It's basically just like a really strong, what is it? It's chlorhexidine and miconazole. So it's like antibacterial, antiseptic, and like antifungal. It's meant for dogs, but every horse person in my area I know uses Malaseb for rain scald. So it's fine, like it's, you know, you can just like pick it up over the counter. I just found it at my local Tack store, but this litre bottle ran me $80. So I wasn't very happy to find it all through the back of my car, but that is those done. I'm gonna leave them aside to dry off because I can't be bothered trying to like wipe them down. I'm gonna dump this water and we're gonna come back with fresh water for my brushes, and yeah, we'll go from there. We have our fresh bucket of soapy water, and we have our empty bucket that I'm going to clean everything, chuck them in there, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna take them to a tap, a sink somewhere, and properly rinse them out, and then set them out in the sun to dry. I do have to be a little bit aware of the time. I only have about an hour before I have to leave to go and meet the farrier to do Chevy's feet. So fingers crossed I can get everything done in time, because I have quite a few things in this grooming box. So I have my bot knife, bot fly knife. I'm gonna have to make sure that I actually properly clean this one when I'm done so that it doesn't rust or anything, but it is really gross. So we're just gonna actually stick it out there. I've just wiped the blade off on the edge of my towel. It shouldn't have any issues. So I've got my magic curry comb. I love this thing. This is actually one of the only brushes that Chevy tolerates on his face. I have like the really nice hairy pony face brush that's really soft and, you know, really fluffy and whatnot, but he hates it. Which is like, I'm so glad I spent $30 on a, actually I didn't spend it. It was bought for me as a gift, but I was like, hey, can I have this one? And my little sister was like, yeah, sure. So that was for my birthday, but yeah. So you see, I feel like I can't just dunk this in another bucket. I feel like I have to rinse it because I'm never gonna actually get all of the soap out. It's just gonna sit in a different bucket and then get back in the brushes. And the last thing that I want is to get a new horse and to find out that they have very sensitive skin to the soap that I've used, which isn't a very harsh soap, but. So I've got my Kincaid brand, sorry, I've just noticed the little leather handles gone a little bit funny in a few spots. Mane and tail brush. I don't really like this thing. I've seen the professional choice ones, you know, what are they? They're black with like the little squiggly bristles that are like multicolor. I have seen those for so many years, you know, seeing them on YouTube as a kid before I really got into horse. Well, okay, I was into horses, but I wasn't really riding that much. I definitely didn't own my own horse, but every YouTuber that I used to watch had one of those, and I kind of really want one. That or one of the Epona ones with like the soft bristles in between. That I've seen actually at my local Tack store, so I might have to invest in one of those because I've heard that they're really good for your horse's mane and tail because they're softer, they don't pull as hard. Shedding blade, again, I might just rinse that one and then dry it immediately, so we'll actually just leave that. I have my No More Knots mane and tail detangler. That one's actually not too bad, and that probably doesn't need to be in this kit, but anyway, that can go over there. I have some stuff from my farrier. Hoof pick, another really cheap hoof pick. I want to get another one to probably put this one in with the bath stuff, and then my other one with my brushes because I lose it all the time. I forget which kit it's in, and you know, I take him over to a bath and I want to do his feet and clean him out and whatnot, and I can't find it, and yeah, it's a whole mess. I've got my other curry comb, so this one's an Epona curry comb, but it's flexible. Like, since having this, I don't want one of those like hard plastic ones with like the little triangle bristles. I love this thing. It's so comfortable to hold. It's great for a bath. It's great and dry. You know, Chevy loves it. It's really quite soft and bendy. So best thing ever. Getting into the brushes again. I have this cheap plastic flick brush. I don't even know. I think it's Roma brand. I don't know. It was like one of the first things that I bought for Chevy. And I mean, look, it does the trick. It's not the nicest thing in the world. It was what, like $8, which doesn't mean that it's not a decent brush if you use those brushes. There's something wrong with them. But I don't gravitate towards it very often unless he's like really dirty, and I don't want to clog up some of my nicer brushes, because this one, it's full plastic. It's a lot easier to just rinse it out. I don't care as much about it. Anyway, yeah. I mean, look, it could have thicker, longer bristles, but that'll have to do. My rubber bands that aren't really his color, and anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I've got my white healer. I might just give that a bit of a rinse, actually. I'm thinking of turning the crate, the mounting block crate, into like my first aid kit. At the moment, my first aid kit's a bit of a, like, it's just a bucket, which isn't the best for like keeping bandages and whatnot clean, but I've been fairly lucky that my horse hasn't actually had that much go wrong, so most of it's all just like bottles or tubes or things, so I haven't really had to worry about anything like getting covered in dirt. I've got my Bluestone beeswax that is for his thrush. That stuff's great, really hard to use in winter because it hardens. My body brush. So this one's by Filmora. It's, you know, flexible. It's goat hair. I love this thing. It is really dirty right now, and it is one of my most expensive brushes. It was the very first expensive brush that I bought. I knew that I wanted to buy like a nice body brush, because having them, yes, good coats, like, you know, aesthetically come from like more than 50% feed, but then a lot of it also can be enhanced by nice brushes, and I wanted to spend the money and have a nice soft brush that was going to pick up all of the dirt and that he liked, and yeah, no regrets. I don't know if I would buy any of the other Filmora stuff. I'm a big fan of the Hairy Pony things. I know that they're all really expensive, but Hairy Pony is just much more sustainable, and it's an Australian brand. Anyway, this one especially, I want to make sure that it is washed out properly, because the amount of water that those bristles hold is crazy. Next we have my Hairy Pony face brush. As you can see, it's not very dirty. He really doesn't like it that much. I'm gonna try and not fully submerge these Hairy Pony ones and just sort of like bring the water to the bristles, because they are wood and leather. I don't really want to destroy my like $35 brushes. I'm sure they can be submerged. I just don't want to. And I've got my copper bristle body brush. I love this thing. You know, it's actually not as hard as I thought it would be. When I first touched one, I, you know, put my hand straight on it and it did feel a little bit sharp, but after using it a few times, it's blunted down quite a bit and the bristles have a little bit more movement. But I mean, this thing's great. I love it for winter to actually get a lot of the dirt out of the coats. You know, they're long, thick coats, but I mean, it'll be good anyway for dust removal. Anyway, love this thing. Absolutely love this thing. And lucky last, I have my Hairy Pony flick brush, which, as you can see, is very dirty. I mean, from that side, that's the color that the bristles are, and yeah, yuck. Hey, I mean, it does its job, right? It does its job. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this very clean, but we're going to try anyway. We are going to try anyway. So now that is all done and my camera battery is almost dead, I'm going to turn it off and go and charge it and dump this dirty water again, which is really gross. I don't want to dump it on the table, but it's brown, it's murky. It's definitely done its job of pulling the dirt out of my brushes. Yeah, I'm going to go and rinse them all and then set them out in the sun, and then I will probably be back in a little while when they're dry, and we'll put them in the crates. We are back. It has been quite a few hours now. I think it's what, almost 5 o'clock. Anyway, my brushes, everything's just in front of me, just out of view, but my brushes are mostly dry. The only one that hasn't dried is the Filmora body brush, but that's not the biggest deal. It'll dry eventually. It's almost there. I'd say it's about 70% dry. Anyway, everything else is dried. But what's really sad, I don't know how well you can see it, but my hairy pony brush has like the face brush. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's got like a bit of a warp through the handle. I mean, it doesn't really affect it at all. If anything, it's just contours to your hand a little bit better, but really weird. I don't know why it did that, because none of my other ones have had any sort of effect in the water, so I don't think it was the water, but I don't know. So these are my new bath thing. Oh my god, my grooming kits, my grooming boxes. So I was gonna do one for my brushes and then one for all of my bath stuff, but I really hope that they fit. So I just got these from Kmart. They were like literally $8. They had some red ones online, but when I went in there, they only had green and black, and I didn't want to be boring, so I went with the green because a lot of my stuff is green. I like green. Yeah, I like green. Anyway, I think we're gonna start with the bath one because that's the one that I'm most nervous about everything fitting in. So let's see how we go now that it's all nice and clean. What else do I have in there? And then this brush as well. And then if I want to put a hoof pick in there, more than enough space. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Okay. I mean, this can go in there if I wanted it to. What's it getting stuck on? Oh, maybe it can't. Oh no, yes it can. Okay, cool. Ooh, okay. I will need to watch it. It's quite heavy. And the mesh is being warped a little bit, but that's okay. Because it's not like I'm really going to be doing that much with it. It's going to be like carried a little bit down to the wash bay, and that's about it. And I will need to watch the handle because it's just like plain wood. It's not sealed at all. Anyway, that's exciting. We're not going to bother about this. This can actually stay out and go with a different kit of things. So, yay! Alright, less worried about the brushes. I think they're all going to fit completely fine. So. I mean, it all fits. Fantastic. The last couple of things, I haven't cleaned out the other box yet. This box here. I need to do that, but I'll probably do that another day, considering the sun is like going down right now. The lighting actually is still not too bad, but yeah, this is exciting. I'm really glad that this has actually worked the way that I was hoping it would work. I mean, that probably doesn't really go, but that's okay. You know what, I don't keep this in my kit normally anyway, so it'll be fine. Yeah, if anyone needs any inspo, grab these at Kmart or Target, because as everyone knows, they have merged. So thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I found it a lot of fun to go through and clean all of my brushes and just sort of show you guys sort of what my normal used products are, I guess. Yeah, by the looks of it, I need to buy a bit more shampoo for my new horse. Yeah, I don't want to give anything away yet. It's not mine yet. The horse is not mine yet. But keep your eyes peeled for a potentially very exciting video coming next week. I'm hoping that the vet check goes well and then I can film a vlog picking up my new horse. And I don't know whether we're sending Chevy out to my parents. Oh my god, another plane. Whatever. I don't know whether we're sending Chevy out to my parents' farm the same weekend that I pick up the new horse, or whether we're going to wait a little bit, but But yeah, so there's a lot set to happen in the next little while. If you're interested, keep an eye out, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and hit that like button. All right, that's enough. I need to go. I have to go. Thanks. Bye.